It's Thursday, the 7th of July, and you're listening to the GameGrin GrinCast. I'm your host, Hamiltonius, and joining me today for this podcast is Ace.
Hello.
Cal.
Alright.
MZ.
Hello.
And Fowler.
Hello.
And we're going to be returning to an old format today, and by talking about what games we've been playing this week. We haven't done this for a while, but, you know, sometimes it's nice to look back on things with rose-tinted spectacles. And speaking of looking back on things with rose-tinted spectacles, Ace has been playing something which probably deserves that category.
Carmageddon Max Damage. It's a brand new game. It's a couple of years ago, Carmageddon Reincarnation, the reboot of the Carmageddon series, came out on PC.
Go on.
It didn't perform very well on most PCs. So the developers, Stainless Games, released 3 patches over the course of 8 months, and then announced Carmageddon Max Damage. And since they announced it, have not released a patch for Carmageddon Reincarnation. And as people who own Carmageddon Reincarnation are going to be given Max Damage free, it kind of suggests that this is the big patch that will hopefully fix people's problems with it. So far,
Still don't think I'll touch it.
I will also not be going anywhere near it.
So far, it's pretty much Carmageddon Reincarnation, but on a console.
So is any actually fixes made to the game?
There's very few graphical glitches. There's no performance problems, but for some reason, it still takes between 45 seconds and a minute and a half to load from pressing start race to the race actually starting.
Is that on a? That's not on a solid state.
That's on a PlayStation 4.
Oh.
Is that off the disc or installed?
That's installed. Digital copy.
That's pretty bad.
Sounds about right for that game.
Other than that, I've been playing a lot of Marvel Heroes.
See, you must just make Carmageddon sound really good, because we currently have a competition for it.
Yeah, it is fun. This is not a lie, I spent 4 hours on one race earlier today. Crafty can testify to that fact. Because to win a race, you can either destroy all your opponents, complete the race through checkpoints, or kill all the pedestrians. I was trying to kill all the pedestrians, and
that took you 4 hours.
There were 640 of them, and I didn't find them all. I had 2 left.
Oh my god! That's ridiculous.
I had to just stop that race because it was doing my head in.
What a massive waste of time.
It wasn't. I was having fun.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Who's got you at gunpoint right now, Ace?
No, I was having fun. I've always been a fan of the Carmageddon games, and although there were flaws with Reincarnation, I'm still enjoying Max Damage.
See, Reincarnation completely, like, I used to be a big fan, and Reincarnation completely turned me off the series now. Like, completely won't touch it ever again.
I don't advocate penguin violence. So, yeah, boycott.
Is that penguin on penguin violence, or anyone on penguin violence?
Anyone on penguin violence. There should be no penguin violence.
Pacifist penguins.
I've got a GIF you might not enjoy.
Don't.
Penguin slapping another one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's adorable. That's fine. I don't want dead penguins.
Are you a mod of Penguin Club, MC?
What?
Are you a moderator of that website, Penguin Club, or whatever?
You mean
Oh,
Club
God.
Penguin?
That's
Club
it.
Penguin, yeah.
No.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Maybe.
Right, Cal, what you been playing?
Oh. Actually, well, since Tuesday, I've been trying to beat Fury, which has just come out, what I was talking about from the PlayStation Plus titles.
Ah, that's got a cool soundtrack, hasn't it?
Brutal. Awesome soundtrack. Freaking awesome. It's like Hotline Miami sort of soundtrack. But the game itself, it's bosses only, so it's no sort of, it's story driven, but all basically the combat's basically just bosses. But each boss is like, in the sense, kind of like Dark Souls, where they've got different stages to them. So when you get to a certain point, their moves get faster and they get stronger, and it's frustrating, but really good. Really nice, precise controls, really quick actions. It's not like the game's not broken in the way that you get frustrated by that or frustrated by the controls. It's because it's so freaking hard. Awesome soundtrack though.
But you've also been playing Overwatch.
Oh god, yeah. Always Overwatch. Weeks and weeks of Overwatch. And I feel a fool because I've also spent some money into it again.
Oh,
no.
real money.
I put my real money in it.
Oh,
And I got-
How many
I got
cases did you buy,
nothing.
damn it?
I bought... Okay, so it started off with, I'm just going to buy... It's $3.99 for 5 cases. So I was like, I'll just buy 5 cases. And then I was like, But then it's also £1 something for 2 cases. I'll get 2 cases. And then after the disappointment of all those cases, I thought, maybe the next one will do it. So I bought another 2 cases, and they failed me, so I gave up.
See, I had really bad luck as well with my bought cases. I had better luck with my the ones I got from leveling.
Yeah, I found I get better luck from just playing the game.
Yeah, I was chatting to a friend of mine today actually, and he's still angry that I think I'm rank 13, 14 now. He's ranked 20, going on 30, and he's not got 1 legendary skin.
Bad time.
Wow.
And I've got like 4 or 5.
Wow, that's more than me. I've got 3, I think. Well, one of them I bought in the end.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The legendary
Overwatch.
skin unlocks for
You should
Well, I know
buy
it's
Overwatch. Buy Overwatch.
Buy
then,
Overwatch,
Ramsey.
yeah.
Well, I can't. I'm terrible at multiplayer games, other than MMOs. But yeah, I'm terrible at battle arena games.
You
can
can
be a
play
healer.
Black Desert MC. They have penguin pets and it's an MMO.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What?
Plus, it's better than WoW.
Let's not fall down a penguin hole.
Excuse me.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Overwatch looks good, but it seems like one of those games where it's got a steep learning curve and people aren't going to give you the time to be terrible before you get any good at it.
That's what the non-ranked is for.
Yeah, they've got the competitive. Thankfully, they've got a competitive mode where people will do all the get good, etc. stuff. And quick play is you only get the occasional asshole who thinks that it's serious business every now and again on quick play, but other than that, everyone's just having fun.
Yeah, the people going like, "Oh, shit team," or "Wow." It's usually like if the team, like I played a game a couple of days ago, which really annoyed me actually. But I pretty much protected the whole area on attack and defend, captured the point for him because we lost the first round. We won the second one, and we got to 99% on the third round. And then the opposing team just stormed through and held it to the very end. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
Fun times though. We don't have much luck either. do
No,
we, Alex?
when we play, we're awful.
Yeah.
Absolutely awful.
Still fun though.
MZ, what have you been playing?
I have been playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and it's so good. Because
Best Assassin's Creed.
It's honestly, I'm genuinely surprised by things that I keep discovering that I'm like, there's something additional that I can do. I didn't even realise that you can upgrade Edward until today. I was like, you can craft things? There's a crafting screen? I was like, oh, that's why I've been collecting skins and stuff. I had no idea what that was for. And then I was like, oh, okay, so I can actually like upgrade myself and build things. Yeah. I'm so excited about it.
It is such a good game.
Although I did get very frustrated today because I single-handedly took down a man of war, so I swam out to the ship and boarded it and took it, and then I like started to swim back to my ship so that I could then go and take it, and then a frigate turned up and he killed me, and then I lost it all.
Oh.
Yeah, bad times.
Black Flag
but
is an
it's
amazing
still
game.
fun.
So
It's
I've-
So much fun on it.
I remember when it came out, I was working a shitty I was working a shitty 9 to 5 job at the place that Cal works.
Yay.
I'm sorry about that, Cal.
It's alright.
Wow.
And I remember literally the only thing that was like that got me through that day, because at the place where I worked, you couldn't do anything like fun while you worked there. You couldn't listen to music, and you couldn't use the internet or anything. So the only thing that got me through the day was like thinking, oh, when I get home, I can play Black Flag. When I get home, I can play Black Flag. And then I 100%ed it, and I which is a shame because now I can't. I want to go back and play it, but there's no real point in me doing it.
Have you thought about maybe doing the Rogue game?
Yeah, yeah. I've heard that's good.
Yeah, I got it really cheap, and I've only played for a couple of hours, but it doesn't have the same feeling as Black Flag did.
I think it's Edward Kenway. I think he's a really good main
He
character.
is great.
He's awesome. Yeah, the other guy.
He's the best main character
Yeah.
we've had because he's not one-dimensional.
And he's Constantine.
He's got multiple dimensions. But yeah, can't praise Black Flag enough, to be honest.
No, I am very much enjoying it, and it seems like there's a lot to do, and so I don't kind of get too bored, and it's easy to kind of dip in and out of, which is cool.
I would actually love Ubisoft. So this is generally saying I would fall in love with Ubisoft if they make a standalone pirate game like Black Flag.
I'm not willing to commit to Ubisoft. I'm having a fling
I
currently.
I wouldn't say like I would sell my soul, but
I think it'd have to be a barnstorming game, because although I did enjoy the piratey stuff, like I also enjoyed the assassiny stuff as well. Like
sitting on benches and
they
waiting for people.
they complemented each other so well. Like the assassin skills of climbing up towers and stuff, mirroring perfectly climbing up a ship's rigging and things like that.
It's quite a lot of nice history as well, like with the whole West Indies thing, or the Mayan stuff. That's really quite interesting to have that all intertwined as well, because you don't necessarily always get that in piratey games.
No,
Blackbeard.
And as I was saying to Emsy actually on our chat thing not too long ago about the fact that the game's got these weird little historical touches in it, like if you have the subtitles on, all the nouns are capitalized because in 18th century English, nouns were capitalized essentially in Old English and things like that. And people also have shit teeth. Like most of the characters have either yellowing or rotten or wooden teeth.
It's pretty.
History.
Attention to detail is really good.
It had some really nice attention to detail.
And then you have missions where you've got to tail a ship and they can obviously definitely see you, but it says that you're hidden from them.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
not going to be
that's
totally realistic.
But that's the only bit of that game I did not like, was the endless tailing missions. I hated them so much.
Yeah. I didn't 100% it like you, but because I got stuck on the legendary ships because they were a bugger to kill. And I think I took down 2 and couldn't manage the other ones. But the music when you fight them is awesome. You'll like that when you get there.
The music
all about
kicks
the
in
sea shanties.
when you fight the legendaries. The music kicks in and there's a storm and you're trying to ride the storm as well as fight the other ship.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Pretty cool.
And they do it on
I'm
the
a fan
boat.
of the sea shanties.
Oh, the sea shanties
Yeah.
are fun.
They're so good.
I like the fact that crew
You
starts
can,
shitting
if you have
themselves
Spotify,
as well.
there's a whole album of the
Yep.
sea shanties on Spotify.
Yep, already got that saved.
Did you also, another random fact about the game, because for some reason I know loads of facts about it, they had to, the people who they got in to record the sea shanties, they had to tell them to be rubbish, because obviously they're trained singers, and they're trying to get it so that, it sounds like blokes who aren't trained singers are singing a song, so they had to, they tried getting them drunk and making them, try and put, different accents on to make it sound like they weren't properly singing it.
Ha, that's really cool.
That's neat.
Yeah, I suppose we should move on. Fowler, what you been playing, apart from, let me guess, Black Desert?
Yeah, I finally went back to it after a bit. I was craving an MMO again.
Black Desert, as I read
they
it.
released 2 major patches that made me really have to catch up. So I've been trying
When you, it's because I previewed it, and I didn't get very far into the actual. I didn't get very far level wise. When you get to like the late game, does it become a lot more bombastic with all like the moves and stuff? And
Yeah, more. You learn like there's animation canceling and stuff. You kind of have to learn, so you actually have to know your timing for each move, so that you can cancel at the right second, so you can instantly do a different combo, stuff like that. So like the PvP is still, I would say, the best I've ever played in any MMO. Because it actually requires, it's not all action bar stuff. The game actually punishes you for using action bar spells if you have key combinations you can use instead. So like you have to learn all these different, it's an MMO mixed in with like Tekken kind of thing.
well, that's pretty cool.
But other than that, just Overwatch.
God, I love Overwatch.
I'm actually surprised
Yes.
there's not a Tekken MMO already.
They did try and do a story mode in Tekken. Yeah, it was like I can't remember which one it was.
Was
but
it
one
was
of
it
them
the
had, like-
side-scrolling one?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
the
that
whole
Tekken 3.
Tekken 3 or 4, I think. Yeah.
No, it was Tekken 3 because that was my favorite Tekken.
Tekken 3 was the best.
And it had
yes.
power-ups as well, didn't it?
Yeah,
And you were like, I remember that. So weird. What a strange flashback that's just given me.
yeah. It was like an old school, like Streets of Rage sort of beat 'em up style.
Yeah. But
Memories.
isn't like what was it called? Jade Dynasty. Isn't that like a MMO beat 'em up?
No,
Jade
Jade
Dynasty?
Dynasty was You mean Jade Empire?
Jade Empire.
That was a BioWare RPG.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was an MMO that had something like that in its time. No, I don't know. One of those
Probably
free-to-play shitty
Chinese.
MMOs that no one
Yeah.
really.
Chinese knockoff.
Yeah. Oh, it's me. Yeah, Overwatch essentially.
Got it. It was obvious going to be Overwatch.
Overwatch, interspersed with Football Manager.
Oh,
Basically.
what a surprise!
I can't. It's
A
because
new addiction.
it's because what happens is it's getting close to the release of the next one. And at this point, I'm just managing teams and divisions that I've not played in before. So I started like a new career, and actually, oddly enough, I get bored very quickly. And this career I had with a team called Napoli in Italy, I came 4th, then 7th, then 9th, then 5th, and nothing was happening like trophy wise, but I still kept playing. It was actually it's like a real like natural connection to that career. And then like after about 2 more seasons of just being shit for the first 10 games, I was like, oh fuck it, I can't be arsed now. So done with that. Back on Overwatch. Essentially.
Have you tried the competitive mode yet?
No, not high enough rank.
Oh
Unfortunately.
yeah, I forgot there's actually a constraint.
Got to be 25, I think.
I
Yeah,
think
25.
I hit that after the first
Is
night,
it like
so.
item level type rank from WoW?
No, it's all
No.
just like a first-person shooter. You just
Like
rank
COD.
highest the more you play. Yeah.
Okay.
But you also get bonuses if, like, because at the end of a game, if you've done well, like, a little card comes up showing how well you've done in the round. Like you healed 10,000 that round, or you blocked 6,000 damage, and then other people can vote for which they think is the most impressive. And if people vote for yours, you get extra XP on top of that.
You
just
also
vote for your
get
teammates.
extra XP for. So if you do the most, it'll give you medals based on how you did compared to both teams. Or sorry, not both teams. I think it's actually only your team. So if you do the most damage, you get a gold medal, and you actually do get more XP for that as well, if your performance was better than your teammates.
It's one of the more refreshing things about Overwatch is that the first thing I did, like within about 30 seconds of starting my first game, I pressed tab to see what my kill to death ratio was, and it doesn't show you, which I think is great. It means people don't focus on just getting kills.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not about
I
that. It's
really
about
like
focusing on everything else.
It's an objective based game, which is
Yeah.
what it should, like, other games should be focusing on as well. If you're trying to push like some kind of if you're pushing a payload or something, then your team shouldn't be worrying about killing. It should be just focused on, this is how we defend this. And a lot of games don't seem to get that. Like, everyone's so focused on kills, and you don't actually get rewarded as much for actually staying on the objective. Whereas Overwatch actually has a specific kills on objective and time spent on objective.
Yeah, and it's also like you get rewarded because you eventually, if you get high enough, you become on fire. So everyone can see that you're essentially like doing really well. But that's not just about getting kills. You can also I can be a support character, and I can heal the shit out of you, and I can be on fire because I'm doing so well at healing.
Yeah, I really
Same with, like, damage
like
that's
the way
one
that's
of
done.
the great things about Blizzard, though, is that they're really good at kind of producing a game that is really tailored to player experience.
Especially for
Yeah.
their first FPS.
Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
right? I
Yeah.
can't believe that. It's
For,
just
for, it
it's
to come,
out of
for it to
the
come out
ballpark.
as polished as it is and just be, so good. Also,
even with a smooth launch it had as well.
yeah, it's. I mean, sometimes like Fowler said, even on Overwatch, you get games where you can tell people. It's usually if they play the sniper classes, but they're just going for kills. But you have to do exceptionally well for people to reward you for getting kills. Like if it comes up and says, "Oh, you got 19 eliminations that round," no one's going to vote for that because no one really cares. But if you got like 40 something or 50 something, people will vote it up. But usually people will vote for the support classes or people who've like blocked the most damage or res the most people, things like that.
I tend to
I
always
can
vote
enter
for
kills
if
on
a healer
objective
gets
as
them.
well.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
that one
objectives.
as well. Because it shows that you're actually going for the objective, not just off on the sidelines skirmishing with people for no actual gain.
No, I hate when people do that.
Yeah, it's the game has thoroughly surpassed my expectations, considering they were quite low to start with, and then I was
Worth every penny.
I was cynical about it to start with, and there are some things about it that I'm still frustrated with, but not to the extent that it really bothers me.
See, I was quite off-putted by at first. I played the beta. They did an open beta, and I played that, and I was a bit, I wasn't keen on this. And it wasn't until a couple of friends at work were like, "Oh, you got to get it. It's really good." So in the end, I thought, "Sod it, I'll get it." And yeah, it sort of convinced me, and it sort of changed me to make me think this is actually because you can't treat it like another first-person shooter. The only other game you can really think that you could compare it to is Team Fortress 2. Even then, it's not directly a copy of that.
Yeah, they're also, I think they're adding more. Like they've recently leaked what the next character is going to be.
Yeah.
Which is a
Sniper
sniper
support.
who, by the looks of it, you shoot your own teammates to heal them.
Yeah, that was really random.
It's basically because they are still writing. I love this part as well. They're still writing the lore for it. So that weapon is actually Mercy's healing gun, reverse engineered by someone.
Yeah, it looks like
That
it's
was the
reverse engineered by Trollborn.
Yeah,
Torbjorn?
Torbjorn's re-engineered it to be a actual weapon instead.
Ah.
I'd probably act like Zenyatta's balls when he throws them at you.
Yeah. He's also getting a
This is the
rework,
this is the
apparently.
problem, is that like that we could spend the rest of this podcast talking about
We
Overwatch.
could do.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
That's how good it is. I've not felt this way about a game since Team
It's
Fortress 2
amazing.
first came out.
Please don't.
Well, we could do some news mentioning
Yeah,
about Team Fortress 2.
yeah.
Because Team Fortress 2 is actually getting a competitive mode as well.
Yeah,
Conveniently after the popularity of Overwatch.
I know, but they work on
It'll be
Valve
super
time.
popular though.
Oh yeah, there's still a pretty big community for Team Fortress, isn't there?
Yeah.
And it's free. It's free to play.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Valve are good at knowing what's up in the industry. They probably they knew what they were doing when they made it free to play, essentially.
Plus, apparently they were saying they've been developing it longer than what Blizzard have been developing their competitive mode. Because some people are sort of criticizing the competitive mode in Blizzard.
I still
Overwatch.
don't believe that, because how long does it actually how long does it take to come up with a competitive mode for a game that's already got basically all of the elements for a competitive game?
I have no idea. But I'm sure it takes maybe a year or two, depending on how old the game is.
But how long has Team Fortress 2 been out?
About 5 years, 5-6 years. But to be honest, Valve work on a different time zone to everyone. So this is Valve's time.
Yeah, that's true. It did take them 7 or 8 years to come up with a proper way to do Counter-Strike's competitive mode.
See?
Their new Prime mode.
Counter-Strike. So we might as well
Counter-Strike.
do a lovely little
Naughty.
segue into the big news. If I'm gonna put some news music here. No, etc. That people shock horror YouTubers are douchebags.
Act surprised.
Who knew? Who knew that YouTubers didn't have the best interests of their audience at heart?
Whoa. Come on now.
Let me get through the story, Emily. Then
Specific.
Not all YouTubers.
nearly all
Yeah,
of
oh my
YouTubers.
When
are
it comes to
douchebags.
money.
When it comes
Every
to
single
gambling,
person who has a YouTube account.
So
all
I'm a
Counter-Strike
douche.
players.
right. Let's for those who don't know and are listening to the podcast, essentially, it was revealed that two prominent CS:GO YouTubers had been making lots of videos about a site which is essentially gambling your skins against other players to earn to get more skins and basically sell them for more money. So essentially, it's a gambling site in another name, like a pachinko machine in Japan, essentially. Which is, they did lots of videos on that, and that's fine. But someone did some digging and revealed that both YouTubers were a founder and co-founder of said website and hadn't disclosed any of that at all, and were basically essentially telling kids to gamble on their site to make the money. And this is an industry that makes billions as well.
The thing is, it wasn't even just that they were saying that, that they didn't reveal that it was them. They were pretending that they'd found this website. Yeah.
They were saying,
Not
we
just
discovered
that.
this
Jesus.
website. And and they were even talking about, they're going to sponsor us and things like that. And it's like,
and then once
you're the owner.
Once they were found out and contacted the I can't remember what the guy's name is now.
T. Martin or
T. Martin, that's it. He T. Martin basically after he'd been found out, he went back and retroactively added disclaimers onto all of his
into the
videos.
description.
Yeah, he did.
Which was stupid because people just found cached versions of it where they weren't there in the first place. And he didn't even. He forgot to add a disclaimer onto the first video in which he tells people that he just stumbled across it.
There's also another video someone's found, which is a full live stream, about half an hour long. But someone posted where the part is, and it shows him logged in to a Steam account which says CS Lotto Bot 5, and then quickly
there's lots of that.
switches out and goes back into his main Steam account.
Yeah, and then also something else, what's just also recently coming out is Psy Syndicate is another guy as well, another prominent YouTuber about CSGO. I think he has like 450,000 subs or something. Has come out and said that he also made videos in which he was telling people to go to a site in which he'd been basically, I think had he been paid or
no, he's an owner.
He was an owner as well.
He's a co-owner, yeah.
Yeah,
he was essentially the Vice owner, whatever.
Oh, that's it. He was the co-founder of the CS Lotto. Yeah.
So the way that worked
what's even crazier is that both of these guys, and this is what's so fucked up. Like I've gone on their Twitter timelines, and there's people like tweeting them saying like, "Oh, good on you for coming out and owning up to it. Oh, we're supporting you all the way." It's like, how can you support these people?
It's
I unsubscribed both their channels. I will not watch a single video from them again.
I'd never heard of them.
I knew about
It's
Syndicate.
ridiculous.
But
How? Nope.
The thing that's the worst possible thing, for at least in my opinion as well, is that so they did all these videos where like they bet all these skins and stuff, and then they show themselves winning. Well, the way it actually worked was that when they were winning all these big bucks, most of these were skins they already had. The way it worked was they made it look like they had won, so it was a rigged video where they'd show themselves winning like an Dragon Lore worth $1,500, when in fact they hadn't actually won it. They made their statistics look better for winning to encourage people to gamble more.
Well, yeah, that's. I'd have expected them to have done that.
the worst part
but
is
it's
the
supposed to
website.
be a fair lot. Like it was supposed to be not like regular gambling. It was supposed to be something different.
Yeah, they
It's
essentially
essentially
were.
a coin toss, wasn't it, between two players, and then the winner.
It's like an arena basically. You all throw your skins in, and then the person that wins gets the pot.
Mm-hmm. It's like a little wheel, like a spin around the wheel, and it lands on someone.
It lands on the winner. Yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing is their website. I think they've changed it, but because it's technically gambling, but their website says you have to be 13 years or older.
It's changed, in fact, hasn't it? Now
Yeah, I would imagine it's
to
been
18.
changed. Yeah.
Yeah, because of they're looking into whether it is whether it can be counted as official gambling or not, which doesn't make sense to me because yes, it is gambling. You are putting money in, and you are gambling it on the chance of winning more money.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the definition.
The problem is because it's not, well, not technically for actual money. It's similar to, like I said, the pachinko machines where you gamble that you go and trade it away for something else. But well, everyone's basically waiting for Valve to come out and say something about it. They've been a little bit quiet about it recently.
Well, Valve have been, because Valve didn't really have much part of it. The problem that people are bitching about Valve to is the fact they're still kind of associated with these websites because they're allowing people to sign in with their Steam accounts.
Yeah.
So they've got to have some for agreement to allow those websites to integrate Steam. So people are having a go at Valve for it.
It's probably because when people sell their skins, Valve gets a cut. They get a tax of it.
Yeah, they do. They get a small percentage.
And for $1 billion industry.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Well,
just
It boggles my mind that it's $1 billion. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
I've
I bet
just looked
Activision
for
would love a piece of that money.
T. Martin had posted actually doing air quotes with my fingers here, a apology video.
Oh, that video
the
was
other day.
appalling.
He's already taken it down. It's gone.
It's awful. It's him like basically walking around his place saying, "I would never do that. Why would I lie? It's in all this bollocks." And he's like saying all this shit. And then it's
there
like,
are two different videos for
yeah,
that though.
yeah.
There's one where he's doing that, but there's one where he's just sitting there.
Oh right,
And-
I've seen the one where he's walking around his house.
Yeah, this one is basically just him, and it's perfectly played. Like it's basically him rubbing it in. There's no real apology in there. He almost makes it sound like it's the viewer's fault for believing that it was an honest system. That's what really pisses me off as well. But he also in this video he's got this nice looking, I don't know if it's a flat or what it is, but you can see
It's probably a house, to be fair.
Yeah, it looks really expensive right off the start. Like you're showing this off. You're not sitting in a room. He's sitting in this massive foyer. And then there's this nice big expensive truck visible through the glass doors. And this like nice expensive looking paint. To me it looks like he's going, yeah, I scammed you all. It's your fault. Deal with it.
The thing is, he might try and like come up with some shit by saying you shouldn't have taken the video seriously because they were just purely entertainment purposes. Even though you were going off on one saying, "Oh, you should check out the website, or you should go on this website that I'm totally not the owner of," and I just stumbled upon it. It's crazy. I don't know why they're not been done. Yeah.
Also, I think well, they were already saying a couple of the lawyers that are involved in this right now are already saying like T. Martin needs to shut up because you're in serious trouble, dude.
Yeah,
he's making it worse for himself. Yeah,
he is. I think that's why he took that down.
it's just like these people. I mean, I flitter about on the fringe of this YouTube drama shite that follows everything around.
Keemstar.
And it's like it's all of it. The entire site's just become an absolute cancerous mess. It's just it turned what used to be like a medium through which our generation could create the kind of content that we wanted to watch when we were kids, but weren't allowed to because it wasn't deemed proper for us. And it's turned into this massive like pile of awful like
Clickbait.
streamers,
Hateful
vlogging
shit.
people, narcissists, prank channels, and it's just give me back like 2008 when all it was YouTube poops and gameplay videos.
Yeah.
It's just a toxic waste ground now.
The other problem with this is as well now, I know not many of you guys probably watch many CSGO YouTubers and streamers, but some of my favorite YouTubers do actually use that site, and it's starting to make me question, because I've seen them win big money, and now I'm starting to question whether these other streamers are involved in this kind of thing. Like, and it's sad
makes
because
you worried.
you should be able to kind of trust these people. Like their whole living is based on us, like as viewers.
But people are inherently untrustworthy, aren't they?
Yeah, it's but the part, like it's just sad that it's it's ruining the YouTube community for me because I don't know I don't know if I should bother watching this video because I don't know. It's like the prank videos. You don't know if they're real or not. Like,
Oh,
no.
Prank
well,
videos are the worst.
usually-
It's just like,
But it's the same thing. Like, it's ruining communities.
Yeah, I mean, I think the problem is that these people. I mean, apart from maybe a few of them, their audience are predominantly children. Ages, I imagine, like a good 3/4 of them are below the age of 18, maybe even below the age of 15. And they are, for better words, role models, and they're awful role models.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And these people who have, one, no respect for their audience, two, no respect for the medium in which they're performing, and three, no fucking business sense to understand what's legal and what isn't. And it's just so bloody stupid. Just so annoying.
They're literally
this
ruining
generation,
what got
essentially.
them where they were.
Yeah, it seems to happen to a lot of, like, they get to a certain point and that sweet ad money rolls in, and then suddenly they all become douchebags. Or maybe they always were.
I don't know. I think there's some that, like, I really like. A couple of people that have become more successful that seem kind of genuine. But yeah,
there are some of them out there.
A lot of
Hydraulic
people are
press
just
channel.
like, "Ugh."
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of more talking about this whole sort of
Gaming.
the gaming
Certain
side, the gaming side of it
channels.
especially.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you get absolute gems like the hydraulic press channel, which is incredible.
That's brilliant. I love that channel.
Or you suck at cooking, or casually
Oh, yeah.
explained.
You suck at cooking as well, good.
But yeah,
I like How To Basic.
well, too basic.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've gone
I
off
love
him.
that channel.
He's gone too far now. With
Or
some of his
GameGrin.
videos. Yeah.
Yeah,
What a great channel.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love the grin impressions on that channel.
Yeah, so do I. I like the person who does the voice on it.
Hey
Yeah,
guys,
me too.
we've just found this really cool site, this really cool YouTube website called GameGrin. You should check it out.
No
That
way
we're not
you've been away
affiliated
from
with
GameGrin.
whatsoever.
No, it's complete coincidence. Well, let's move on. Let's move on to a happier subject that doesn't get my goat quite so much. Although it gets my goat slightly because I can't play it, and that's Pokémon Go,
Yay.
which is fantastic. I've already stolen my girlfriend's phone a few times to play it.
I
Is that
didn't
Pokemon?
realise that's why you got a new phone, was because you had an iPhone that couldn't play Pokemon Go.
I'm not gonna lie, it definitely helped push me over the edge. I was
Because
buying
when,
the
when
phone.
you were
For an
like, "Oh, I'm
Android
going to
phone,
buy a
just for
new
Pokemon.
phone," I thought it was like, "Oh, okay, well, he needs to upgrade." I didn't realise it was because you had an iPhone. That's disgusting.
It wasn't,
Why?
Yeah, but
it wasn't
what's a
solely
better
the-
decision? Yeah, but what's the better decision? Like, you can release yourself from the shackles of Apple for Pokemon.
Hell yes. Yeah. Yeah.
the shackles of
Okay, so explain Pokemon Go for those who don't know.
Ooh, who wants to jump in with this one?
Probably someone that's played it, so not me. and Alden then.
I've put about maybe half an hour or so, because I've been walking
I've
back
put more
and
than
forth.
that into it. I don't even have it.
I've
To be
put
fair,
about
actually, no.
20 kilometers in, so...
All right, I don't go by time. Sorry.
Okay.
Actually, no, I've probably put about 2 hours into it. now,
If anyone listening has ever played Ingress, which they won't, then
there
it's
you
that.
are. That's the best.
But,
It's Ingress with Pokemon.
Yeah,
Did
it's
you just bring up an obscure game because Dominoid's not here and no one else can?
no.
No, Ingress is
Ingress is a terrifying game.
Ingress is what Pokemon Go is.
Yeah, it's essentially it's a reskin, but it's an augmented reality game where I didn't ask for this, but you wander around your hometown or home city, and Pokemon appear, and you can catch them using your phone, and then fight other players at gyms to take control of gyms. And prominent landmarks around your city are either gyms or Pokestops where you can visit them and get extra stuff. And it basically encourages people to get
blew my
outside
mind.
and catch Pokemon. And even though it's
the way
not
the
released in the UK
Pokestops
yet,
is
it's like there's still like people who've got it in the UK, all the landmarks are there and already programmed in. And like the pub across from my flat is a gym, so that's cool.
The shop near me is a gym as well, and also there's little parks. When I take the dog for a walk, now since yesterday I've been playing Pokemon with it, and there's little parks where I live, and it's picked them up, and it even tells me this is the little Stoodley Meadows Park, and I was like, oh, That's
Yeah,
cool.
what
And it
are
gives
they
you
for?
Pokeballs. You can swipe across it when you're close to them. You swipe across the thing in the center, and it gives you Pokeballs.
Really?
Yeah,
Like for free? No
yeah.
micro?
No. You just swipe the little picture of the park, and then it gives you some Pokeballs from it.
I'll
And
be
then
back in 5 minutes.
and then it tells you to come back later to get more.
I didn't know that. I thought, see, that was gonna be what my primary concern with this game is right now, was the microtransactions. Because from all I knew, was that the only way to get them was either buy them or level up. So that's good
you
to
get
know.
the Pokestops give you the Pokemon and eggs as well. And there's people I've gone on the webs, the interwebs, to check out people's stories on the websites, and there's lots of people who basically found out that if you go that under a certain speed that it counts as walking, so people have been going out in their cars and driving very slowly around their neighborhoods
I
to
saw
I
that.
am
to
glad
train up
they-
eggs.
They did
People
kind
have
of
also
implement
reported
that,
that people have been reporting that they've been stopped by police, basically thinking they're drug dealers, and had to explain that they're trying to hatch an egg on Pokemon Go.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
I felt a little sketchy walking around, and there's actually a high school near me that has a gym in front of it. I'm thinking, you know what? I'm just gonna sit at home and try to see if I can get that in range.
But yeah,
Wise.
it looks really fun, to be honest. I'm probably what's going to happen with it is the same as what happened with me and Miitomo, is that I'll get it and no one will give a crap anymore. But
I don't know.
I
'Cause
see it's quite long, especially with a Pokemon behind it.
the thing I'm really liking about it, because I've over the past year I haven't really gotten any exercise at all, and it's been really bad, and I've kind of lacked motivation to go outside and do anything. And the night that Pokemon Go came out, I saw that there's the proximity thing that tells you what ones are near you, but it doesn't say where. So I saw that there was a Arcanine outside, and I swear to God, I went around I think 8 or 9 blocks looking for this fucking thing. I never found it either, but it's kind of like it's a cool motivator to actually get you to go out and do stuff, like
Yeah.
just to go out and walk around.
I wonder
that's
what
actually-
the greater implications will be for kind of like en masse, whether all of a sudden there's like this great spike in happiness as everyone goes outside and gets serotonin from the sun and endorphins from exercise, like loads of people.
There's other stories of people going outside to go to gym or Pokestop areas and encountering like kids and being like being in their like 30s and being like, oh god, there are kids out here doing the same thing as me. But there's something quite happy about that. There's something quite fun. But
There's no age gap or like
yeah.
no age restriction to it.
it's whether it becomes, and look, there's no real competitive. The only competitive side is once you get to a certain rank, you can join either Team Red, Blue, or Yellow, and try to take over as many gyms as possible. And basically, you can do that from within a certain range. It's not like Ingress, where people were setting real life traps to stop people from getting to certain areas to take them from their team and things like that. Where actual real life fights broke out as people stopped trying to stop others from getting to certain places. Luckily, there's none of that in there.
I was really hoping for a. I don't even know yet because I haven't seen anyone on my map. But can you see other players at all?
No, it doesn't look like it because me and my friend were, when we were outside work, like wandering around the little forest area trying to find Pokemon. We didn't see each other, and he's showed up with different Pokemon near him compared to me, so it does seem very random.
I'm really hoping
finding
in the future, like if
Very
it does well, they keep doing a better implementation for that, so that you can actually. Because right now, the only way to actually have any kind of battles or anything is to go to the gyms.
Mm-hmm.
And I would actually like to see, like, here's how there are 25 players in your area, and you can actually, like, ping them to challenge them. You don't have to be right in front of them, maybe, because, it's a little weird. But yeah, I'd like to see that at least get implemented, and who knows what they'll do with it.
I can see it going pretty far.
Yeah, like I kind of hope even the combat system will, maybe they'll go, oh, okay, well, people, because I have heard this, a lot of people want more of the old school, like the actual Game Boy games and stuff, like how you'd actually get to pick moves and stuff like that. I was hoping for that more so than what we have right now. Still fun, it's just not the same. Are these all Pokemon memes?
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm just sending pictures of Pokemon Go players.
Dear God.
But yeah,
I had
people
someone
have become
catch a
really
magic
creative
Confused
with
with
it.
Travolta.
People have become really creative of screenshotting themselves because, for those who don't know, when you encounter a Pokemon, basically it turns your camera on and you have to turn around with your camera on to find the Pokemon, and it'll be like jumping around your surroundings. And people have become very creative with that by like moving the camera so that a Magikarp is flopping inside of their frying pan, or there's a Goldeen in the toilet and things like that, which is quite fun.
Yeah, I saw one with the ghost Pokemon, and the guy said he was in a hospital, and the ghost Pokemon appeared in front of him. I was like, oh, that doesn't
It's a little
look,
morbid.
that doesn't look good.
Yeah, I think it's really. I don't know how like they can keep it going for a long period of time.
I think if they list
And whether
they
it'll
listen
be
to the
more popular
community,
than Sun and Moon.
The one thing I thought that would be really, really good of them to do would be to implement this with when Google Glass becomes popular, or those eyepieces, because then you won't have the. I don't know. I feel like I lose
looking at your phone.
Well, I feel like I lose some of the immersion when I'm like, holding my phone up, looking like a moron, trying to figure out where it is in front of in the middle of a street. But with the Google Glass, it'd be kind of cool because it's more in your face, like you actually can see it eye to eye. Yeah,
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Problem is, you'd have to get Google Glass though.
Well, there are cheaper alternatives coming out.
Yeah, I suppose. But I suppose then as well, you can avoid the there's a warning as soon as you open the game, which is basically says be aware of your surroundings.
And there's someone on a bridge.
Yeah, I posted on the GameGrin Discord earlier saying that soon, probably within the next few weeks, there'll be the first Pokemon Go related death.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. Or at least an
walking
injury.
into a street, or God knows what, into the wrong neighborhood, trying to find a Pokemon.
I'm sure it's smart enough not to like have a Pokemon in the middle of a road, for example.
It's
no.
not.
It's not.
Nope. Well, at least not. What did I come across on the highway?
Generally, you can come in. Generally, though, you can come into range of the Pokemon to
Yeah,
initiate it. You don't have to go
yeah.
right next to it.
No, you don't. Otherwise, I'd be hopping my neighbor's fence right now because there's a fucking ponytail outside.
I was walking home from the tube station today, and my girlfriend was on. I was basically holding my girlfriend's hand to lead her around the streets because she had her face glued to the phone. And suddenly a Magikarp appeared, and it was down a road that doesn't exist anymore. So we were like stood by this fence, and so she was just like, "How do I go over the fence to get it?" I don't know why she was so desperate to get a Magikarp, but there you go.
Okay, Magikarp's awesome.
Chris tweeted yesterday that he was tempted to hop a graveyard fence to get to a gym.
Wow.
Oh, you're going to see so many lunatics running around. It's going to be brilliant.
Man, I want this game so bad.
It's going to be anarchy.
Yeah, but MZ, why haven't you got it? You keep saying,
Yeah, I'm going to now. I've got. After this conversation, I'm just like, I can't wait any longer.
The one thing that's really bothered me is the release, by the way.
Yeah, it's sort of just out of nowhere. It was announced ages ago.
It's still not available here, where I am.
It's
I had to
in
download
the US,
a bit funny.
It's in Australia, New Zealand, and Japan.
And the US
and it's
as well.
in the US now as well, yeah.
Oh,
Some
it's
US,
US
yeah.
now.
My friend has an
I think
iPhone and he doesn't have it yet.
the iOS version works in the US. Like, they released it for iOS in some of the states. Doesn't work for either here in Canada. But it just seems like the weirdest kind of release pattern.
The thing that I'm really excited about is because it begins with P, it comes after my Facebook app on my phone, which means that it won't move my icons. And I really like the positioning of my Facebook app. And every time I install something that comes before it, I have to uninstall something else because it shifts Facebook, and I keep clicking on Etsy or whatever.
Why don't you move the icon?
You can't. It's in alphabetical order.
Why don't you spend less time on Facebook?
I can't. It's Facebook.
But now Pokemon's going to take over.
Yes,
Pokemon.
it is.
So you might as well uninstall Facebook.
No, I need to talk on Facebook about how well I'm doing at Pokemon.
That's true.
Yeah.
What about this
Face brag.
Is there a watch coming out for it, or some sort of
There's
little
that
gizmo?
device, yeah.
Yeah.
The tracker thing that's going to...
So you don't have to have your phone out all the time.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that, though. Like, I like the idea, but I feel like that's going to lose even more of the immersion, because it just kind of I think it makes a sound and vibrates, and then you just kind of whip your arm like you're throwing a ball, and then you don't get to actually see anything. Like, you don't get any notification about what it is or anything.
No. I mean, I've had my phone in my pocket and it's vibrated to tell me it's found something.
This is an interesting place for a Diglett to pop up, by the way.
Diglett. At least it's not Dig Trio.
That's another thing. I don't think they don't have the training implemented yet, do they?
No. Also, it's quite difficult to really understand, because the Pokemon are randomly leveled as well, aren't they?
Yeah, and they come in different sizes and weights as well.
Yeah, hopefully we get a Charizard that's over 5'10" this time. I've never understood that Charizard's only 5 foot or something like that. It's a massive dragon.
Right, we're close to the end, but we've got just enough time to talk about Evolve.
Yes.
Going free to play.
Who actually played it?
I played the beta.
Played it with Rash.
Pre-ordered it, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, you fool.
Did you? Oh, bless you.
The last game I pre-ordered.
Alex,
Oh,
can
is
we
that
both
why
blame
you
that
wrote
on
your
Rasher? Or...
article
It
about
was so
stop
good. It had
pre-ordering
2
games?
season passes.
I wrote that before I got Evolve.
Did you? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Well, that's your own fault then.
I pre-ordered it the day before release, though, so I wasn't,
I'm not
At
gonna
least
lie.
they've sort of realised their mistake with the game, because they were really proper bigging it up.
It's a little too late.
Cows inside a helicopter.
Yeah.
Or Chewbacca.
How long is the game died out after? About what, 2 months or something?
2 days.
No, not 2. Was it really?
It was
Quicker than
a very quick drop off.
It was like a very quick drop off, but it's been quite a few. It's almost been a year, hasn't it?
I think 2014 came out.
Really?
No.
Yeah, I think so. Or, no,
2015.
early 2015.
I was thinking it was March 2015.
February
February
10th.
2015. Day before my birthday, in fact.
Okay, yeah. So it's way
2
too late.
season passes.
Way too late to decide to go free. Like, they should have, when their game started diving on the Steam player count, that's where they should have gone. Okay,
Wait,
we'll
so
keep
you
microtransactions.
bought a game 2 days before your birthday? You're a terrible person. Why didn't you just let someone buy it for you 2 days later?
Because you're assuming someone's going to buy a $69 game for you.
You ask.
I don't ask.
Maybe he was
things.
embarrassed to ask for the game like
Well, in retrospect.
Yeah.
Like asking for Gal Gun.
What's that?
To be fair, though, I'm going to break
It's
my
like Time
pre-order.
Crisis, but you're shooting horny teenage girls with love.
What?
Oh my god.
Wow, that sounds well dodgy, actually.
It's coming out on PlayStation 4 and Vita in a couple of weeks, I believe.
That might get a
Oh my
PlayStation
God.
4.
Sweet.
I need to get a PS4. Oh,
They need to make a new Time Crisis game.
I have no money. Oh god. And I
All
want
you
a
have to
Wii
do,
U as
Alex,
well.
Just go beat the Elite Four and you're good.
I will, yeah, I will probably play Evolve now that it's free to play.
My money's on Battleborn to be next for free to play. It is from 2K as well.
Will
They're
people
both from 2K.
people even play it if it's free to play?
I don't know, maybe.
Isn't Battleborn
would-
kind of similar to Overwatch? Was
Yeah.
that not-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why
so-
it died.
It
They-
could be but it could be an alternative for the people that don't want to
Maybe.
spend $50.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but I don't even consider Overwatch that expensive, to be fair.
I mean,
No.
I was talking to my friend earlier today about it and moaning about all the purchases I've made, and then he was like, at the beginning of the month you bought Overwatch for £30, and I was like, yeah, but that was worth every single penny.
Yeah, I mean, I can
Yeah,
understand
well,
because
That's been my
the
happiest
PlayStation
purchase.
prices there. I was looking on the PS4 store, the Origin edition, which comes with all the extra shit, that's 55 quid. So that would be a bit too much for me, considering it's only multiplayer. But 30 quid?
Yeah, 30
PC.
quid's fine.
Yeah, that's fine with me. But especially I put about 40 hours into it already.
And for a game that's being constantly updated.
Yeah, yes. And it's finally getting ultra widescreen support.
That was my other issue with
people
Evolve when
have-
it came out, by the way.
Hmm?
The lack of updates.
Yeah. And they charged like £15 for one monster or something like that.
Yeah.
Which pissed off a lot of people.
That would have been, you know what? If the game had started out free to play, that wouldn't have been as horrible. But when you're already paying, like, what was it at the start? Like, well, here it was $60, and then on top of that, having to pay $15 for a monster. That's literally the price of map packs for most games.
Yeah.
They have way more content.
They were also very confusing with their aggressive DLC, which put off people. I think that's biggest downfall.
Yeah, they're massive DLC packages to start with.
It was like £300 worth of DLC off Steam alone.
I thought it was stupid as well. They said, "Oh, well, you don't need it to play the game." It's like, yeah, but like to play any of the new fun stuff, you literally have to pay a shitload, like 1/4 of the original price of the game for a new monster. That's it.
Yeah, and there's not even included with the season pass.
No. It feels like it was way too late to be doing it. You can see some people going to try it out. Oh,
Sorry.
That song.
You could actually say that because they did post a message to their community forums actually trying to like essentially apologise and explain their reasons and like saying we're trying to make things better.
And it's like, yeah, you just wanted the money. We know that. It's like that
You
South Park
done fucked
episode with the BP oil company with the apology videos. We're sorry.
I love that. That's essentially what it was, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of.
Well, with that, we've come to the end of the podcast. So, yeah, we covered quite a lot of stuff. A range of emotions. I'm glad we've ended on a happy note, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I've been your host, Hamiltonis, and for this podcast, I was joined by Ace, Cal, MZ, and Fowler. And if you want to visit the GameGrin website, you know where to go, www.gamegrin.com. You can also find GameGrin on Twitter at GameGrin. You can also find the GrinCast. You can also find GameGrin on YouTube and Facebook. Just search GameGrin. And don't forget to check out the Game On magazines about various lovely games, and also the new film and TV mag. And yeah, the GrinCast can be found almost anywhere, if anywhere is the website and the iTunes. So find us on GameGrin.com or on iTunes, search the GrinCast. And that's about it. Next week, I believe, is the second week of the month, so that will be a live GrinCast on Twitch. You can go to Twitch and search GameGrin. It'll be on the GameGrin Twitch. So look forward to that. But until then, game on.